It's Loving the Strange with Carrie Jones and Sean Farrar. Loving the Strange, a podcast for weirdos and those who want to be weirder. Embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Loving the Strange. Check us out.
Christ.
I was just gonna make Sean all by himself for the podcast.
Go ahead, baby.
See what would happen.
I'll be alright.
See how it goes.
No, because you still gotta talk.
No, I don't. Here, I'll be gone. It's
All
all
right,
you.
be
You're
gone.
the talent.
Be
Sean.
gone. So she brings herself back into this podcast.
I can't tell you about dreams
yes,
if I'm
you
not
can.
in the podcast.
That's
And
right. That's why I brought you back.
No, man.
Hey,
It's
Dee.
supposed to be all you. All you.
No, it can't be all me.
I think it should.
I am the talent, but I don't carry. You carry the podcast.
No,
I
it's
just
all
made
the
it
talent,
good.
man. It's all the talent. Dee's here.
Did you even hear me?
Not listening to you.
You. Well, that's the story of my life, baby.
No, you think. I think it's the opposite. So, hey, everybody.
Please excuse my appearance. I haven't cut my hair or shaved in a while.
We've given up on life,
That's
honestly.
right.
Yeah, it was just
That's
like,
right.
we're
I
done.
just stopped. I haven't showered in 37 days. No, I just haven't cut my hair. What?
Nothing.
What were you saying?
Nothing.
You can smell it too? Oh, okay.
Anyways.
I'm going to refrain from telling people about last night.
What?
No, I'm just kidding, baby.
I don't even get it, though.
But never mind. You said I smell, and I said I was going to refrain from telling people about last night.
Yeah, so what?
Which
What
would
were you
imply-
inferring?
Well, we're a married couple, so it would imply some involvement by you.
Being smelly? I was smelly?
Oh, no, never mind.
Okay.
Please.
All right, so this episode is not about Sean and Carrie fighting.
If we're not fighting, our definitions are so different. Of fighting.
This
Until people are throwing blows, it's not fighting, it's just a discussion.
That's domestic violence, honey. Throwing blows is a domestic.
You're right. But only if they land.
Fighting
I avoid yours 100% of the time.
He's lying. Anyways, fighting in my family growing up was glaring, door slamming, stomping,
Door slamming. That's so petty.
and saying, "I'm so done with you."
That's ignorance.
No, that's what we did. That's
Oh
how
my
we fought.
God.
It's better than fisticuffs.
Is that what you said? I'm so done with you.
Yeah,
Fisticuffs is lower level.
it's so lower level.
Like if you're not stabbing somebody with a barbecue.
Oh my
fork,
gosh!
That's domestic violence.
No. We're supposed to be talking about dreams.
You started it.
I did not start it. You started it long before the
Really?
podcast. Yes.
Long
Okay.
before that. Okay, let's rehash that conversation. again.
No.
No,
So-
come on.
No!
I want the people's vote.
I'm gonna just end the podcast.
No, you won't.
It'll be the shortest podcast.
You
Yeah, because
will
I have
not.
all the power.
I know
I
you
have
do.
the end broadcast
I
button
will
up
not
in the top.
deny Gary Elizabeth has all the power in this house. I'm not going to deny that. But
No.
she will not in this podcast.
I don't have any power in the house, but I do have the power of the screen right now.
And if I'm lying and she's right, she would. Trust me.
Use your
won't-
words,
She
baby.
won't end this podcast because I'm right. The town is right.
What are you right about, hon?
About the fact that you won't end this podcast because you got all the power.
You just
And
said
you
I
got-
won't end this
And
podcast.
you got everything your way, and I'm just a little Dobby. Hey, we named our new Roomba after me, though. I'm very proud.
We have a little,
Our robot vacuum is named Dobby.
Shawnee got it for me for my birthday, which was last week. And we named it Dobby. And we've only used Dobby once.
And Dobby did a good job? You don't think so? Dobby can't mop the floor and put down a coat of wax, baby. She thinks Dobby's gonna roll over the floor and it's gonna be like brand new finished hardwood.
It should. Like Dobby the RoboVac should go.
Hey, let me tell you something.
You won't let me talk!
I know, this is important. They do make models that actually mop. But I thought we'd start out with the more basic model to see how it could handle. Like yesterday when it was running, every 10 minutes I had to pause it and empty its tray because it was full of dog hair. So I thought we'd let our more, hey, we can have two. We can have Dobby, the original, that runs around and picks a small of hair, and then we'll schedule it so Dobby number 2 that actually mops goes out after it.
But what would we name that one?
Dobby number 2.
That's not very clever.
Wet Dobby.
Wet Dobby.
Because it mops.
That's so wrong. He asked if we have given Dobby a sock.
No, I think a sock would make Dobby stop working.
Dobby would eat the sock and burn out its circuitry.
And we just got Dobby in action, so we don't want to blow it yet.
Yeah, man. Poor Dobby.
No, we're not naming our next vacuum creature. That's scary.
Creature. So Susie asked if we're sure this isn't weird fighting techniques. No, Susie, it might be. And
it's not fighting. It's a simple debate. Whereas I'm always right and Gary's wrong. As long as it turns out that way.
It's so wrong.
Hey, why don't we just make a manga book, like animation stuff. The man's always right.
What?
That's original.
And name it what?
Where the man's always right.
Oh, that sounds really great.
That's
that sounds
original,
progressive
right?
And like really wonderful.
It is progressive. Hey, baby, have you ever had a strange dream?
Yes. And in this dream, I'm married to a very tall man
Yeah.
who thinks nothing like I do and often interrupts me and insists that we have a live podcast when it terrifies me.
You saw how I didn't interrupt her right there, right, folks? I let her say her piece.
Well,
but I will admit,
me.
I'm a bad interrupter. As soon as her mouth opens, I'm like, how can I defend myself?
And welcome to our marriage. Okay, so anyways, dreams. Okay. If any of you have strange dreams, please let us know. And because God knows I don't know how we're going to survive this podcast if it's just us.
That's not true at all. Because you're the queen of strange dreams.
That's a lot of pressure, and I'm truly not. I'm not the queen of strange dreams.
Well, we all are the queen of strange dreams.
Anyways, that sounds like a book title.
The Queen of Strange Dreams?
Yeah.
It sounds like a nightmarish book, kid's book.
Do you want to hear?
Yes, I do. I want to hear what you have to say.
So when I was trying to quickly, right before this podcast, when you kept interrupting me and doing dances in front of the computer, what I was trying to research was
you saying that I was interrupting you, yet I was having fun doing dances in front of the computer. I don't think is going to garner you any sympathy with our fans.
I'm tired of being the responsible one.
I was doing literally a striptease and
no one wants to know that.
And Carrie was like, "Oh, I'm tired of seeing that."
I was talking.
What?
I was trying to.
Oh yes, I'm done. Please don't let me interrupt.
Sigh. Anyways, I was trying to do responsible grown-up things and you were interrupting with your little dancey dance. Dee says that once she had a dream that she was being chased by frogs on a tennis court.
Were you playing tennis?
Whoa.
Or trying to?
That's kind of amazing.
It is.
I wonder what all that represents.
I don't know. Were they falling from the sky and landing on the court and then chasing you?
Or were you trying to play tennis but you couldn't play tennis because the frogs were running after you? Were they running or were they hopping? Were they normal sized frogs or like gigantor frogs?
Man, that's too many questions, baby.
I'm sorry. I just want to know all about it. Caitlin's here.
Caitlin who?
Right here. Caitlin.
I don't see that on my thing.
You don't see it on the chat?
No.
On the bottom of the screen?
Oh,
it says I'm late, but I'm here. You can't see that?
You didn't miss nothing, Caitlin.
No, you truly didn't. So anyways.
Yes.
Strange dreams. So when I was trying to look up strange dreams, and Shawnee was doing his Magic Mike striptease in front of the screen.
It was Magic Mike XXL.
It took me a really long time to get that joke. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was the name of the movie, wasn't it?
Like, the one we watched the other night.
We couldn't watch it though. We didn't make it. The one that
made you all crazy.
No, we shut it.
It was so stupid we had to turn it off. Yeah. But it gave me the idea.
Oh. What? This is the power and the danger of
You want to see it again?
No! Shawnee. Okay, we're going to be serious now and we're going to talk about dreams.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dee's dream sounds a little bit like a nightmare to me, at least, because who wants frogs chasing you on a tennis court? But it is not the most common nightmare. And at AmerrySleep.com, they actually, in an article by Mackenzie Hyde, who is a certified sleep coach, which should probably be my new job, she or he or they list the most common, nightmares that people have. What do you think the top one is? Do you have a guess?
Does it have something to do with being naked?
No, that's my daymare about what you just did in front of the screen.
Oh, thanks, baby. Your daymare is seeing me naked.
No,
that makes me.
My daymare is you doing a little striptease in the live podcast on Facebook, honey.
Anyways, it doesn't have to do with being naked.
No.
Oh,
but that's a really good guess.
Does it have to do with a test?
No, but that's a really good guess.
All right, then I'm out.
All right, the number one most frequent nightmare is falling.
Oh, I should have guessed that. Everybody's had a falling nightmare. A free fall where you wake up and you're like, oh.
See, I don't have that as a nightmare. I have that as I'm going to sleep, but my body jerks back awake. And it's usually like I've just stepped off like a curb feeling versus like
a broke your ankle. That happened.
I did do that.
Down in Florida.
But we're staying on track, baby. And so for me, that isn't. Do you have falling nightmares? Because I don't think I've ever really had a falling nightmare.
But I have.
You just said two things that were polar opposite.
No, I did not.
You're become a politician.
No, I currently, for decades, have not had a falling nightmare.
Did you used to?
I have had falling nightmares.
What were you falling from? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember ever realizing what I was falling from. It was more of the sensation of falling and then that sudden awakening where you're like, ugh. To me, that's how it reacts.
See, I don't think that's a falling nightmare. I feel like that's something that happens between your sleep states.
No, I was actually dreaming.
You were really dreaming.
Oh, yeah, I was visualizing this, but I don't ever remember a precursor.
Huh. Interesting.
But I do remember naked or underwear nightmares a lot when I was a kid.
Because you were anxious about being exposed.
Specifically in daycare.
In daycare?
Like preschool stuff.
Preschool?
Yeah.
Like you were that little?
Yeah. You know what else I used to have a lot?
Uh-uh.
You remember when you were in school?
No.
Any school with a cafeteria? and you get the cardboard milk carton.
Yeah.
And on one side, it has the arrows like open here.
Yeah.
Because that's supposedly easier than the other side. Right?
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily. It's sometimes they're about the same.
Let's just say they're liars. The milk carton makers are
but
liars.
I always had this nightmare about fucking
language.
I don't care. Trying to open my milk from the wrong end and never being able to get it open in like school. And like people making fun of me.
Aww.
I had a lot of those kind of anxiety nightmares.
So like not
when
being
I was
good
in elementary or before.
So they were all about not being good enough.
Yeah, I guess.
Performance anxiety as a little baby. Not that kind of performance anxiety, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I've always had performance anxiety, baby. It's haunted me since the day I was born. But I remember when I was in like literally preschool, like before I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
When my mom would take me to like nursery school so she could go to work during the day or college or whatever she was doing. She had to talk to me one time about, because I was always telling the kids at the school, yeah, I'm going to get like picked up or dropped. It was something to do with a helicopter. Like, I'm going to get picked up in a helicopter.
Oh.
Yeah. But, and supposedly it was so bad that the teacher had to talk to my mom about it, and then my mom had to talk to me about it.
Because you're a little liar?
I don't know.
Oh, that's so cute.
Because I didn't like riding around standing up in the back seat of the Rambler.
Is that the kind of car?
Yeah.
Is that a Dodge?
I believe it's that. Dodge, yeah. I think you're right.
It sounds right in my head.
But you know, before there were seat belts and shit, when we used to stand up and we used to just stand on the floor in the back seat and lean over the seat and be like, "Hey, Mom, what's up? Play some more Donna Summers, please."
You're so cute. See, now I'm not mad at you anymore.
Well, you're never mad at me, baby.
I was.
You just get a little bit verklempt.
Very verklempt.
Teary.
All right, so before we talk more about anything, let's just say that Dee is explaining her dream. And for those of you who are listening to this after the fact, Dee says, nope, sorry. I was on a tennis court and then I looked behind me and all these frogs started hopping toward me. And it wasn't a standard size court. It was massive. And I kept running and running and they just kept coming.
That's right. Because everything's got to be exaggerated in a dream.
That's terrifying.
I remember I used to have a lot of gun dreams too.
Oh, you are from Florida.
And I was also a cop.
Oh, I forgot about that. I repressed that.
This wasn't as a kid.
Okay. Oh, this is as a grown-up?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'd be like, it would be like a bad situation and I have a gun and have the upper hand and I'd pull the trigger and like it just wouldn't do anything, or you know, it's like the Matrix where the bullet comes out super slow and you can see it, and the bad guy has tons of time to just like casually avoid it.
So it's another ineffective dream.
Yeah.
Where you're not performing.
That's right. The women in my life has always made me feel like I wasn't performing good enough, and I've had these related anxiety dreams. Still to this day.
Oh my God.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
She knows she's guilty.
Doug Marshall is here, so before we continue on, hi Doug. And Susie says, because we are awaiting the birth of Cubby Bear, Susie's about to have a new grandbaby. I keep having dreams about finding Hot Wheel cars everywhere in the house. Soon to be Papa Bear loved his Hot Wheel cars.
Ah.
That's interesting, actually.
You're not going to find Hot Wheel cars. You're going to step on Legos.
Because I think Papa Bear loves his Legos too, right?
Yeah, this little bit of Millennium Falcon is going to hurt your foot horribly.
A horrible, horrible amount. And Chris says, Holy Mary, Kate, and Ashley Olsen.
Are they still alive?
I thought it was Thursday all day. What have I missed? Well, Christopher, Sean did a little dancy strip tease without the stripping right before the podcast.
No, you didn't miss that because the camera wasn't on yet. But I'll do it again if you want.
No, don't do it.
Come on, baby.
Sean, sit down. Sit. No one wants to see your belly. Okay.
It wasn't my belt. Not my belly.
There was a little belly there, too.
I saw a flash.
This is why I hate live.
It was just the bottom of my 12-pack.
You're incorrigible, baby. You're incorrigible. That's what you missed, Christopher. Brittany says, hey, y'all. Hey, Brittany.
Hey.
We're so sorry you decided to be here for this podcast.
Stop.
And Susie
Don't
says,
us.
Susie,
oh, see? I knew I had a fan. At least one.
Maybe that's how we could make money. We could get you an OnlyFans. And you could just do like little dances around the house and like carpentry. Shirtless.
No.
And
I wear nothing but a tool belt, baby.
Oh, that's
and I have the hammer in the
explicit.
front so it covers up my wee-wee.
Then how you gonna do everything with only one hand?
What do you mean?
Did you just say wee-wee?
No, the hammer
You
hangs.
said wee-wee.
The hammer hangs. I don't hold the hammer. It hangs in the tool belt. There's a hammer hooked in the tool belt, and it hangs in front of my wee-wee. Because you know it's a little wee-wee. It's like French. Wee-wee.
This has nothing to do with dreams.
Well, that sounds like a nightmare, actually. But I do it if it brings in a little bit of ching.
Yeah, we'll do anything for ching over here. All right, so Brittany's laughing at us because how can Brittany?
Oh.
And Doug says, my neighbor is the obstetrician who delivered the Olsen twins.
Holy crap, Doug. What? You live in Beverly Hills?
I know, man. That's quite the neighborhood.
Well, that must not have been too hard. They probably only weighed like 5 ounces a piece.
You know, they're so little.
When they popped out.
They're so itty bitty. All right. Second most popular nightmare.
Wait, what was the first?
Falling, baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Falling.
Do you have a guess?
Second?
Yeah.
No.
It relates to D's.
Frogs on the tennis court?
What were the frogs doing?
They were chasing you.
Bing! You got it.
Being chased?
Yes, being chased is the second most frequent nightmare.
I
behind
get that
falling.
Sometimes I'm like chased by hordes of women. And they're like...
See, Brittany got it. Brittany said chase. Good job, Brittany.
Nice job.
Christopher says naked at school.
Oh, I've had that. Mine was underwear. And once again, it was in that same preschool era and elementary.
You had a lot of nightmares as a little kid,
Dude,
baby.
I had a fucked up childhood, I guess. What? Don't tell me.
Language.
Just label it explicit. I don't care.
I can't on Facebook.
Oh. Whatever.
All right, so everywhere else you're fine.
So is that why I can't do a strip tease for Trish?
Chris says the hordes want to see that wee. See? OnlyFans.
That wee.
That wee.
Not for free.
All right, the third.
Oh, that's my OnlyFans account name. Wee for free.
I'm just going back to Brittany's comment because it's safe. So.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, mine was underwear. Like showing up at school in your underwear, like everything on, a shirt and shoes and socks, but you had your just underwear. You never had a dream like that? I feel really weird.
I think a lot of people do, but I don't. I haven't had any of these top nightmares, actually.
It's because you're so wound up tight.
Oh my God.
You couldn't even relax enough to have a regular nightmare.
Your love for me is just so amazing. Like
it's
your
huge.
supportive nature.
It surpasses normalcy. It's so big. People don't even understand it. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Well, that sounds boring. Anyways, what it really is, baby, is that you're so
wound up tight.
No, you're so connected to the world around and outside of you that you tend to dream more about that. And don't tell me I'm wrong. You might not want to admit it, but At least publicly. But
I can't tell you I'm wrong.
Huh?
I can't tell you that you're wrong about me.
That's right. No, you can't. No. Okay, go ahead. Tell me that you're wrong, and I'm going to bring up some examples.
You're wrong.
Okay. So one night, one morning.
Okay, wait, maybe you're right. I don't know if I want to hear these examples. All right, wait, what is it? Do one.
Do one? Okay. So one morning, Carrie wakes up and says, okay, last night I had this weird dream about this body that was buried in the sand on a beach. I was the person, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember those details. But then like a day or two later, we read about dead people that were murdered being found buried in the sand on a beach.
Oh, yeah. I just have psychic news.
I have tons of examples like that, so don't tell me.
But that's not necessarily. All right. Dee says, I had this dream when I was in college, where I was walking across the parking lot to my car, and this guy started to chase me, and I got to my car and was telling him to wait while I pulled out this tiny knife. Needless to say, I woke up scared and confused.
I've had dreams like that. Not exactly like that, but you're like, oh, I've got this great weapon, and it's this, and not only that, but it takes you like 12 minutes to get it open. You know what I mean? Like it's a folding knife the size of a friggin' toothpick. But it takes you. It's like an anxiety dream.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what you thought that meant. Like, is that another I'm not prepared for this dream? Like,
yeah, something like that.
Like I don't have the weapons to survive.
Whatever was going on in your life at the time.
Yeah.
I think so.
See, I think this is really interesting because I'm all about me, and everybody thinks I'm so full of anxiety, but I really don't have nightmares. Is that a mental illness when you don't have nightmares?
It's hard for me to ascribe what to you is a nightmare.
Wow.
Because when you relate your dreams to me, you'll say, I had a nightmare. But a lot of times what you call a nightmare is not like a nightmare, like a scary dream. It's like to you, excuse me, association-wise, it's kind of a creepy dream.
I have creepy dreams.
So you'll call it a nightmare.
Well, yeah.
And I'm going to use one and only one example for you. And that would be about your ex-husband. You might call that a nightmare because of certain things that happen.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not like a nightmare.
No, it's like
say where somebody's chasing you, trying to kill you or something.
No, it's usually I'm stuck in his house again, in the house we lived in, and he's added onto the house, and his new woman is there, and I need to tell her to be safe, but I can't quite figure out how to find her because he's hoarded all these newspapers and boxes everywhere.
Right. That's what my point is, that you would literally call that a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to differentiate your nightmares in a common sense, or socially common sense, versus what you would call a nightmare.
Yeah. So, like, to me, I think of a nightmare as you're falling from a cliff. The frogs are chasing you across the tennis court. Someone's about to murder you at the car. You're in high school and you're 37 years old and you're suddenly a freshman again. And you're like, wait, I don't belong here. That's my recurring nightmare, actually. Not that I'm 37.
That's because I keep getting older and they just stay the same.
That's creepy. All right, so.
That's the beauty of high school girls right there, but that's Matthew McConaughey, and never mind.
Is that a quote from a movie?
Not the second half.
Because it just sounded creepy, baby.
It is creepy.
Okay.
So, I keep getting older and they just stay the same.
Oh, that's a quote.
I'm telling you it's a quote. I just said it twice.
From Matthew McConaughey?
Yes.
See, that's why I don't like him. All right, so.
It's a character, it's not a person.
Still don't like him. So Brittany Gardner says.
It's dazed and confused. Thank you, D. Harris. Brittany Gardner said what?
Oh, Dee. All right, before that. Oops, I started. Before we go to Brittany, Dee says it's from Dazed and Confused.
I knew she'd know.
Dee knows everything. Which is why Dee is amazing. Well, one of the many reasons. So Brittany, who is also amazing, says, Sean, you read it.
My reoccurring nightmare nightmare since I was little is being trapped in a Waffle House bathroom with my cousin. I still don't know if it really happened. That is a nightmare. Unless a fight breaks out and you're in the bathroom and you're well
safe.
Protected, you're safe.
Yeah, that could be a good dream.
You and your cousin are safe if the chairs get thrown over the counter. And that happens in Waffle Houses all the time lately.
It does. Waffle Houses are dangerous.
That's why I love to go to a Waffle House.
Because you like the danger?
Bring your gun and your camera, and you're all set.
No. Doug says, I'm proud to say I've never cheated in my dreams.
Come on, Doug. You've made some comments on this freaking podcast before that make me believe that you've had some crazy dreams, brother. And they've all involved your wife. Is she listening?
I feel like maybe. Oh, Brittany says that my nightmares might be finding my subconscious closure. I can relate to that. Sorry that you relate, but I think that's brilliant, Brittany. I think that's probably true. Actually. Oh, D is just going all right.
All right.
You got to read that one because I can't read that. I can't do it.
All right.
Oh, dear God. All right. And then
I can picture myself smoking a joint in the parking lot of my high school.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. It'd have to be like one of those high schools where everybody's over 18.
Yes, it would.
Right.
So Brittany says, I was more trying to escape them, my aunt and uncle and cousin, LOL, in the Waffle House.
That sounds like a horror movie right there.
It does.
I was trying to escape my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin.
And I think, Sean, you've just confused poor Doug. You've just confused him. So Doug and I are sitting here together.
Confused. Oh, you're not confused, baby. Doug, you make some risque comments on here sometimes.
No, he makes funny jokes.
That would lead me to believe. Jokes are from the center of your mind.
Okay. So the number.
You tell me that all the time. Don't tell me that was a joke.
The fourth most frequent nightmare. What do you think it is? We haven't touched it.
Can you tell me the first three, please?
Oh my gosh.
Falling.
Being chased. Falling. Being chased.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot number 3.
Thank you.
Death.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a downer. So we're just going to jump right over that.
I've never had a death nightmare.
I haven't either. Because
really?
Mine are all about giving my subconscious closure. And the fourth one is feeling lost.
Oh, like you can't find your way to something.
And the fifth one.
I could see that being common. Can we jump down to Doug Marshall next, please? After the hug.
Oh, Doug Marshall.
See?
Can you read it aloud for people listening?
I didn't say I didn't cheat while awake. Doug, if you were in my house right now, I'd give you a fist bump. Bam! Wait, I got a fist bump the camera.
What, for the long joke?
Yeah, the long joke.
He's good at the long joke.
I know.
All right, Susie says, I used to have a recurring dream about being able to fly.
Oh, me too.
The scary ones were when my flying ability suddenly stopped and I found myself free falling.
Never had that.
I haven't had that either. I used to dream that I could, when I ran in between my footfalls.
It was like a super long distance?
Yeah, so it was like flying. I love those
I used to have that too. I was a super long jumper runner.
Yes. It was like the best. And you'd be like running through the woods and it was like so great. What if I'm a were-deer?
A were-deer?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Because of like the long strides.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Could be.
That'd be cool. Is it a full moon tonight?
No, it was a full moon the last couple nights. And the skylight, remember how bright it was on your face?
Well, no wonder I'm so tired.
And
what if I transition into a deer?
You did not turn, baby.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, I was like, come on, I want to make love with a werewolf. It didn't happen.
Oh my God. Brittany says that one of her dreams is being buried alive,
Really?
which is so creepy.
That's really deep.
Yeah.
Like 6 feet.
Oh, and there's Doug. And then we have D. You want to read D?
I had a dream. I had a paper due, but I haven't started it yet. I woke up in a panic and realized I've graduated and don't have any papers due. I love that feeling.
Like when you wake up?
Yeah, you wake up from your nightmare or whatever it is, and you're like, that doesn't even apply to me anymore.
Yeah, that is a good feeling.
Like going to school naked, I'd embrace that.
Not really.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I did that at Beale College.
When I got my associate's degree at Field College, Carrie, I went naked every day. That's how I got my A's. Is that what you're saying?
I was teaching class.
The truth is, Shawnee doesn't even take off his shirt in public.
No, but I will on camera.
For money.
No, for free right here.
No! Oh my gosh. No.
It's anonymous.
No, it's not.
You just gotta play some music, baby.
No music. Dee says that it was my voice paper and that thing was brutal.
Were you on The Voice?
I think voice
no,
class.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I was just kidding.
So going back to our most frequent nightmares: falling, being chased, death, feeling lost, feeling trapped, being attacked, missing an important event, which is kind of like not doing a paper.
Yeah.
Waking up late.
Yeah.
Someone you love passing. Someone you love yawning during a podcast. Sustaining an injury and your teeth falling out.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the last 12 of those is just weird. I mean, I've never had.
I haven't either.
It doesn't make them weird.
No. Maybe it makes us
I thought it was
weird.
pretty common in the, I thought milk cartons and underwear were pretty common in the world of nightmares.
Frogs.
Frogs?
And tennis courts.
That's different.
There was a poor D. Susie says, I've had many dreams that end with me waking up saying, "Oh, good, I don't have to do that." That's really nice.
Yeah. Those
That's
are the best.
So nice. And Dee says, I've had the teeth falling out dream many times, usually right before my dentist appointment.
Well, I can see that.
You know what? One of my nightmares used to be
what?
That I had a beard.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like I'd wake up and I'd have a beard. Or I'd like be at school. I think this happened in high school a lot. Like I'd be at school and like my best friend Jackie, in my dream, not in real life, would point at me and be like, "Carrie, you have a beard." And I'd be like, "What?" Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea. I think it's because I'm afraid of my masculine side.
Do you have a masculine side?
Exactly. I suppress it so hard that I think that yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know.
That's weird for you.
I am.
Like, I gotta say, that's a weird dream for you.
Well, I don't have it anymore. But I did have it in high school.
It must have been attached to something else.
I think it was attached to me suppressing my masculine side. All right. Or what our culture determines masculinity to be. Anyways, what I was going to say is that during COVID, a lot of during the quarantine times of 2020, a lot of people were having really weird dreams that were a lot more vivid. And they'd wake up the next morning anxious from their nightmares. And there was even a poll about it of 2,000 people. And it said that over half of the people who responded to the poll had more vivid nightmares since the quarantine started. And almost a quarter of them had more nightmares and had one a week almost. And just under a half of the people noticed a small difference, quote, in their sleep for the worse.
Did they give any potential reason for that?
Yes. They thought that because people were suddenly quarantined, a lot of people's diets changed.
Yeah.
So they ate more comfort food.
Yeah.
And then that comfort food messed up their sleep. And because of the quarantine, they think that a lot of people didn't have the same exercise routines. And because of a lot of people had anxiety about what was going on in the world.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No, I can see it. I was going to say I can see that anxiety part.
And all of that, impacted their sleep patterns and challenged their sleep patterns.
That's why I was originally laughing.
Yeah.
Because like for you and I, when it was like quarantine, and we didn't have to take the kids to school anymore. We didn't wake up till like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning for a while.
It was good times.
Yeah.
Good times then.
I mean, everybody was sleeping in.
It was nice to sleep.
So when your whole sleep pattern and your responsibility pattern is changed, I would definitely expect your dreamscape to change a little.
Do you remember if you had any weird dreams during? Oh, I had a dream diary. I just remembered.
Yeah, you did.
Why don't you talk? Maybe I can find it.
I don't remember if I had weird dreams a lot or not. But I've had a lot more dreams recently than I remember having in a long time.
Well, why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm sleeping better for some reason.
You think so?
I honestly don't know. I feel like I have been though. For some reason. Like it's like I've shut down my, for a very long time there, and I mean like years.
Yeah.
I had this thing in my head that was always awake, listening for noises and stuff.
Oh, like you were hyper vigilant.
Yeah, I was hyper vigilant because of our youngest kid, and now I've stopped that.
You're no longer hyper vigilant.
No.
Interesting.
And I think I actually sleep better, and I don't have any pains currently that are associated with bed. Like, sometimes when I overwork my shoulders or something, I can't sleep so well.
Oh, Grandpa.
Grandpa, yeah, exactly. Or you make me service you 3 or 4 times a day.
Okay, Sean.
I'm sorry, baby. I'll let your secrets out.
Why do you do this to me, buddy?
Because it's fun.
It's not fun for me.
But anyways.
It's not fun for me.
I've been sleeping better recently for some reason.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. You want to read Susie's comment?
Yeah, you put it up there.
I'm trying to get it up there. Hold on. There we go.
I used to have a terrible fear of cows and would have nightmares about being stuck in my farmer neighbor's apple tree in the middle of the cow pasture, and all the cows would be gathered underneath. That's awesome. My girlfriend.
Not if you're scared of them.
My girlfriend and I did have this actually happen, and I yelled and cried for someone to come and get us.
Aww.
They were 10 years old at the time. Her best friend forever and I were 10 years old at the time.
Aww. That sounds so scary if you're afraid of cows.
If you're afraid of them, yes. I agree.
When I was in 4th grade, Tracy Alszewski, sorry, Tracy, Double Dog dared me to go on private property off of the end of the Hardy Road in Bedford, New Hampshire, and touch a bull. And she said she'd give me $20.
Why?
Because you weren't supposed. Well, it was trespassing.
Because it just said no trespassing or whatever.
Yeah, and the bulls was supposed to be mean, and like.
The bulls.
Yeah.
I thought you said a bull.
No, bull, a thing with horns.
Well,
and in our 4th,
much more exciting.
And in our 4th grade mythology, that was like the ultimate bad A word.
You shouldn't go messing around with a bull in the middle of a pasture.
Yeah, I totally did it.
Did you get $20? No. What?
No.
Well, you better go find her and get your money.
I know, with the interest rate that she owes me now,
I'd be like $100,000.
I know. I don't have to work all year. It'd be amazing. Tracy.
Jeez,
Pooper duper. So
I owe somebody $13.
Then we just lost all the money I got us.
Like 13, so yeah. Don't bother. We're just gonna have to give it back to somebody else.
You're such a goober.
No, I'm serious.
So do you have any other thoughts about dreams, Sean? Any strange dreams?
Well, I've had a million strange dreams in my life.
Okay.
But to me, and I think I've spoken of this before, possibly on the podcast, to me, the strangest thing that has occurred to me while I was sleeping, and I don't know if it was
is this your lucid dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have talked about
And
that, but
it
tell it
happened
again.
more than once. It happened quite frequently, quite a lot. When I was at, and always when I was at my grandparents' house,
No.
and I would always be sleeping on their couch, which I did a lot. But during my sleep, I would have this state of unconsciousness or consciousness, I don't know what, where I would like I know my eyes weren't open, or I felt like they were just little slits.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't move my body at all. But I'd be able to see like my grandmother, because it was always at my grandparents' house. So I'd be able to see my grandmother like walking around, and people just talking to each other and stuff like that.
It sounds like sleep paralysis,
Exactly like sleep paralysis,
or an out of the body experience.
Well, I couldn't necessarily.
That's what your Aunt Liz would call it, I bet.
Myself,
yeah.
Look down upon myself, but
you saw everybody else.
I would call it sleep paralysis, but I never knew if it was real, like as in I was in this sort of semi-conscious zone.
Yeah.
Or if it was purely just a dream.
That's so wild.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But, excuse me, it was always frightening.
Yeah.
Because you can't move.
Mm-hmm.
You can't control your body.
That sounds super scary.
You can't talk. And I remember trying to talk.
But unlike right now, you couldn't.
No, you can't stop me from talking normally.
No, not at all.
But in those episodes, I couldn't speak. And I would try.
Yeah.
It just wasn't happening.
Wow.
So I would love to know what that was as far as my state of mind.
I think that sounds like sleep paralysis.
Oh, I know, it does.
But like you're asking, why did it happen?
No, I mean sleep paralysis. What does that mean exactly? Was I really conscious of what was going on around me?
Oh, I don't know.
Or not.
Or not. I think that sleep paralysis basically is like you're in between. So you're conscious, but you're unable to speak. You're unable to move. Like you might hallucinate, but you might not. You might kind of like put reality and give it a little twist. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're aware, but you're not in control.
Oh, I definitely wasn't in control of any part of my body.
Sorry.
But I might have been aware. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was a long time ago. Kaylin says that now that she's out of school, I have dreams about turning in assignments late, missing classes, or waking up in a cold sweat thinking I missed finals. That's the worst.
That is the worst.
It is so bad.
Don't worry, Kaylin. When you get to be our age, you don't dream about school anymore.
No. You only dream about...
You dream about free time.
Free time. About sleeping past 5 a.m.
A good work-life balance.
A good work-life balance. Not having to hustle.
You'll dream about it.
Doug says that he has REM behavior disorder, which means he acts out his dreams.
Doug, you just gave me the greatest excuse for middle of the night.
Sean.
Thank you.
Sean.
What?
Behave.
No.
Imagine if Doug acted out Caitlin's dreams about like not turning in her assignments, or Dee's dream about the frogs chasing her across the tennis court.
That wouldn't be funny.
Doug, I hope you have really chill dreams that you don't like. Ugh, that's kind of scary. Caitlin says sleep paralysis is when you come out of REM too soon. There, helpful. Thanks.
I could never get enough REM. I love that band.
I don't even like them. You shiny, happy person.
I am.
Dee says, I hate sleep paralysis. And Caitlin says, I took a psychology class on sleep. Oh, you should have been a guest person on this podcast. It would have been a much better podcast, Caitlin. And Doug says that he takes a drug that keeps him paralyzed. Do you know that you're paralyzed? Because that sounds scary too, Doug.
Doug, what's the name of that drug?
What?
I said, what's the name of that drug?
Do you want to read Susie's?
Yes, I love reading Susie's. I've had virtual dreams of connection to loved ones still alive. One was of my younger brother being inside a ring of fire.
Like the Johnny Cash song.
I reached through the flames and pulled him out. I woke with second-degree burns on my arm. I called home to Maine from Japan and found out my brother passed out at boot camp because he had a high fever.
Susie!
Wow, that's crazy.
That's so wild.
That's insane. That's like
wow.
That's like paranormal, not just like dreams.
That's like you're on Ghost Adventures.
You need to save that for another episode.
I know.
Good Lord.
That's intriguing.
That's amazing.
And scary.
Yes, I would hate to wake with second-degree burns on my arms.
I know.
Wow.
So painful. I'm sorry. I'm just like in shock. Still trying to.
Well, it's like a sunburn.
I'm still trying to like digest that. According to healthline.com, your brain like kind of decides, like they don't exactly know how your brain decides what you should dream about every night.
Right.
Or if you're even going to dream at all. But, quote, for the most part, researchers believe that our dreams are strongly influenced by factors like our personality and our imagination, as well as the things we're interested in and concerned about. So it says, in children, for example, dreams tend to follow cognitive development and become more involved as they get older. And in adults, things such as mood and your mental health can greatly influence the content of your nightly dreams. However, they say, the truth is that most people don't have any conscious control over what they dream about. Our brain subconsciously creates dreams and nightmares for us, and we're still learning how and why. In other words, it says, when it comes to dreaming, we're just along for the ride. And I say BS to you, Healthline, because I always get to control my dreams.
That's what they call lucid dreaming, right? When you can control your dreams.
Like, I don't think that's exactly true. I think that, often, I think one of the reasons I don't have nightmares is because in my dream, I'm like, no, we're not going there. And then we don't go there.
Well, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, there's something scary feeling. No, let's just, this is mellow. This is just a dream. Let's go open the window and let some nice fresh air in. And like that happens in my dream, Mm-hmm. You control your dreams? I can't remember, Shawnee.
Once in a while. Yeah. Not all the time. But sometimes it is, yeah.
Caitlin says it's wild how our day can affect which is what I was reading, what our brain presents at the end of the day. Like now that I'm in the office every day, my coworkers pop up in my dreams constantly.
Well, that's where you get a lot of emotion.
Yeah. And like you're trying.
Connection. It's either negative or positive connection, right?
Yeah, and maybe you're trying to resolve things that happen during the day, work it out in your brain, maybe process everything, put it in the little files.
That's the most fascinating thing about dreams.
What?
I think that's the most fascinating aspect about dreams, is how your brain uses them to process information and how unknown, like what you just read.
Yeah.
How scientifically little there is known about it.
Yeah.
Process.
Dee says that she doesn't control her dreams, but it would be nice if she could.
Dee, you can. You can. Go to sleep tonight and just think to yourself as you fall asleep that you're going to be able to control your dreams.
That you and Matthew McConaughey are going to go hang out.
All right.
You're going to you're going to banish all those frogs on that tennis court.
You guys smoke some weed and you're going to have a good time.
Well, I guess if it's Matthew McConaughey.
That's right. There won't be no frogs. There will be no high school kids.
All right.
There'll just be a bunch of Lincoln automobiles and
Oh, is that what he drives in those commercials?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll have a good time.
Caitlin can also control them when she can and likes it. And Doug says, sometimes I wake up only to discover I'm still asleep. Like I have a dream within a dream.
That's confusing.
That's like an X
Like
Files
I feel
episode.
like I can relate to that. Like it's happened to me a couple times.
Oh, I've definitely had that happen.
But it's so confusing.
Yeah.
But the best, you know what I like most on the rare occasion, and for me it's rare. Maybe it's more common for other people. Is when you wake up from a dream.
Yeah.
But then you can will yourself to go back to sleep into that dream.
Yeah, I can do that a lot.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that the other night when my alarm went off, remember? And I was trying to do it as I was walking into the bathroom to go get ready for the day. I was like, no, I really like this dream. No, maybe I can get my dad and my Uncle Kilton were just about to tell me something super important. Uncle Kilton was handing me this big brown, Uncle Kilton died this year. He was handing me this like big brown, like old book that had something really smart.
I told you not to set your alarm so early, baby.
I have to get everything done.
If you would have followed my advice, you could have finished the dream.
True.
That book might have had $8 million inside of it.
No, it might have just been like, Carrie, stop worrying about money. So
what?
I don't know. I was just still trying to go back into the dream, honestly, and try to figure out what they were trying to tell me. Dee says that she's so exhausted she's gonna pass straight out tonight. Dee, why are you so tired? And
she's a teacher.
Oh, that's true.
Good Lord.
That's enough to make you tired.
If I was a teacher, I'd be asleep already.
Oh, baby. And do you want to read Susie's?
Susie says, don't think of pink paradox. Pink elephant paradox is fascinating.
Oh.
I don't know what that pink elephant paradox is.
The pink elephant paradox, if I have it right, is basically when you try not to think about something. So let's say I'm trying not to think of Matthew McConaughey, right?
Why would you ever?
It makes me think of him more.
All right.
So it's like what you're trying to subvert becomes your focus almost.
Right.
I think. I don't know if I explained it really well, but
no, I got you. I think everybody got yours. It was a good explanation.
Yeah. And Caitlin, Susie said, yes, exactly. I'm so proud of me. And
you should be, baby.
And Caitlin asked if my dreams influenced my writing.
Yes.
There you go.
I'll say yes. And it may not be like the storyline. It's more. I think it's more of the idea, the root idea for a story. What? You don't agree?
I'm
only going by what you've woken up and said, God damn it, I wish I would have had a journal next to me so I could write down this idea. Don't let me forget it.
I don't take the Lord's name in vain that way, but I do often have like images that get stuck in my brain. And when I have images like that don't have to do with serial killers, because I have a lot of serial killer dreams.
Or love me.
But they're not scary because I'm never the one dying. And then I also have images that like just kind of like they get stuck there, and then oftentimes they like kind of become like the setting and the background for books scenes. If that makes sense.
Makes sense to me, baby.
All right, at least someone gets me.
Oh, I get you, baby.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You are so silly.
I meant I get you.
All right.
Mentally.
Okay.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
My mind is not in a gutter. That's where Christopher's was, but now Christopher's gone.
He didn't even pay for my OnlyFans.
I know. He didn't stay around for your dance.
So that's not what I'm gonna do.
We'll find a way to make money. Don't you worry. So, I think that's almost the end. But here, Oh, Susie says, I had a dream about one of the need books which is a book I wrote, about finding my floor covered in glitter. I do not like glitter.
I don't like glitter either.
We just had a glitter
Yeah,
moment today, Susie, actually.
Carrie pulled out this little thing. It was like it's like almost like a little makeup sized jar, and it's full of glitter.
I don't know where it came from.
She was like, "Oh, what is this?" And she had the lid off, and I was like, "Put that away."
He panicked. I don't know if I've ever seen him panic so much.
Glitter sucks. Like, it gets everywhere.
He's very.
You should wear a mask. You should wear like a hazmat suit if you're around glitter, in my opinion.
I really don't know where it came from. But it's not gold glitter like in need books. It's silver glitter.
It's even more evil.
Hey, thank you for hanging out with us during our really randomly weird
podcast.
I guess. Was it a podcast?
It's a podcast.
Didn't even feel like a podcast.
But it's still a live podcast.
It was very live.
You can't see. Susie agrees with me.
What does Susie say?
About glitter.
Agree with you, Sean.
Glitter is a health hazard.
And Dee says, my friend used to say glitter was the herpes of the craft world.
It is. It goes everywhere. You know what? We our poor. I have an analogy for that. Our poor most recently deceased dog, Gabby.
Yeah.
Gabby has fur on every continent of this world.
She does.
Because when we would travel, there would be Gabby fur that we'd pick off our clothes in our suitcase. Right?
Oh, yeah, it was everywhere. And it was like glitter.
As a matter of fact, I still find Gabby fur in my house.
Thank God.
It's horrible.
No, it's lovely.
It is lovely.
Gabby was here.
I like it because it's very much less than it used to be.
Sean,
dude, she had fur like 10 inches long.
She
literally.
She really had long fur.
Was like long.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Incredible.
But it was easy to pick up because it was like, whoa, there's her fur.
Yeah.
And our Roomba Dobby.
But now we can have Dobby and he won't choke to death.
Anyways, thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much.
And let Sean know if you'd pay for an OnlyFans.
I'll do an Only. You want to see me strip?
No. All right.
Thank you for listening to Loving the Strange. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Go get your strange on, friends. Thanks for listening.